What's going on, everybody? This is Untitled Chapter here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. We are back with another video today. In this video, I'm going to be going over the background, bio, and information of Finka, the new Operation Chimera defender. Attacker, I meant to say. Sorry. She's a new attacker. She's the girl. Lion's the guy. Let's get into it. So, her specialty, as you can see, is an adrenaline surge. The nanobots give the team a brief gain in health points and revives allies in the DBNO state. I think that's down. Like if they're like bleeding out, they're like, help! She'd be like, and revives everybody who's down. Alright, so this is her. This is what she looks like. That's her little uniform. But this is a season pass uniform. This is what she actually looks like. So this is her first uniform. You know, the little biohazard uniform. This is the season pass, the Russian Timber. And then this is the one you can buy, the Chimera uniform. Her headgear. She has this. She comes with this. You have the season pass. You get no headgear. It's full disclosure, and you can also buy the Chimera one, which is red. Looks nice. And then let's go over her loadout. So she has the Spear .308 assault rifle. Is a Russian .308 bullpup prototype. I could not say that word. Composed almost entirely of the polymers. It has impressive power and accuracy in a relatively compact format. This is what it looks like. It looks nice. Alright, so the 6P41 LMG, Spetsnaz LMG, accurate in short to medium range, capable of long-range control fire, also used by Fuse, and the SASG-12 shotgun, semi-automatic shotguns favored by Spetsnaz, limited range, large spread, decreases accuracy. Nice. Secondary weapons of a PMM handgun, 9mm short-range handgun with high stopping power, favored by the Spetsnaz, and also the GSH-18 handgun, Spetsnaz 9mm short-range semi-automatic pistol with low recoil and low damage. She also has two gadgets of a stun grenade, which delivers a non-lethal explosion that blinds nearby enemies, and a breaching charge, that deployable charge capable of blowing up walls, floors, and barricades. Let's get into her details and statistics. So she is still medium armor, medium speed, just like Lion. Her unique ability, like I said in the beginning, it just revives all teammates and also gives most of the teammates 40 health more. Let's get into her bio now. Her name is Lera Melnikova, nickname Finka. Date of birth, June 7th, 1989. Place of birth, Gomo, Belarus. Height, 1.71 meters and weight, 68 kilograms. Background. Lera was 9 when she was diagnosed with neuropathy, I don't know why I said neuropathy that included the slow degeneration of muscles and the loss of sensation in the limbs and extremities. Born 3 years after the Chernobyl disaster in the irradiated city of Gomo, Belarus, she grew up around children already suffering from birth defects. Her diagnosis was the realization of her fears, so when her parents encouraged her and her younger siblings to be physically active, she pushed herself even harder, determined to keep her body in peak condition to weather and neuropathy. She could not be sick if she stayed healthy, her young mind reasoned. All three Melnikova children grew up playing sports, with Lera excelling at those requiring agility and finesse, but there was always the knowledge that the neuropathy would worsen unless someone found a more permanent solution. She decided that someone was herself. Lera moved to Novosibirsk to study at Novosibirsk State University and graduated with a PhD in microbiology and immunology. She remained at NSU in the biotechnology and virology laboratory, her research uncovering treatments for a variety of pathogens and neuropathies, including her own, through drugs and self-dissolving nanites. While she hadn't found a cure, she had found remission. Lera might have stayed in academia had she not received a visit from the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation, the FSB. Russian Spetsnaz operators and special agents faced that ever-growing danger of exposure to hazardous materials, including organophosphorus agents like VX gas. For the first time in her life, Lera began thinking outside of her own concerns. Her research had saved the lives of perfect strangers, and now they were reaching out to her, sending grateful postcards and photos and letters. She could have a greater impact still. Lera jumped at the chance of work with the Spetsnaz volunteers in a variety of conditions as she adapted the nanobots to their high-performance physiologies. Quickly, she became to enjoy the sense of competition, camaraderie, and the mental toughness of the Russian Special Forces members. She joined the army with an eye on becoming a Red Beret herself, on the front lines of saving lives as a chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear specialist, the CBRN. Serving in the Russian army, Lera rapidly proved herself physically and mentally, though tough, even mentally tough enough to try out the Spetsnaz. It was a brutal course, culminating in close quarter battle (CQB) knife training with Kapkan. A misstep at the flourish from Kapkan, however, opened her face from a brow to the cheek. But Lera went for a series of bone-breaking punches to his nose and ribs before the pain overwhelmed her. They spent a night in the med tent, neither of them speaking, but enjoying a new unspoken respect between them. From that day forward, she'd earned her moniker Finka, or Knife. So, that's where she got her nickname. It's called Knife. Finka in Russian, I guess. Lera became a Spetsnaz CBRN specialist, joining the Vimpel unit under the FSB and using her nanobots to help her unit survive hot zones. She was one of the only people capable of tailoring the nanobots to specific operators. Her work is restructuring Russian battlefield protocols in the handling and neutralization of dangerous payloads earned her notice, and she became the go-to expert when it came out to joint exercises with other CTUs. Six invited Lera to help Rainbow Six put together a CRBN unit in their own Olivier Lion Flamin as her first pick. Psychological profile. Lera discovered that her neuropathy was slowly growing resistant to treatment. The old fears returned, every ache and pain analyzed and scrutinized as she pushed herself even harder to peak performance. She constantly tweaks and modifies her formula to stave off twinges and numbness that she imagines might be the onset of decline. She pushes herself to the point throwing up after workouts with IQ and Valkyrie, though only Valkyrie understood that pushing limit to physical fitness. Lera is unable to distinguish between the disease and the normal fatigue, and is driven by her fears and made excellent by them in the same maddening moment. She is not young anymore, though, but more desperate than ever to hold them in her life. She is trying to find a new treatment while keeping it a secret, but Doc knows and is closely monitoring her condition in case it begins to affect her performance. She has not shared this with anyone else, not Kapkan, who is her nonsense mentor, and not Tachenko, with whom she drinks and flirts. Woo! Training, Russian Army, Spetsnaz, CBRN Specialist, and Vimpel Unit. Relevant experience, the Sussex Incident, Libyan Decon Project, Lassa Fever Outbreak, and Zika virus infection. Notes, Lera has also recently taken to creating a wall of letters and photos in her workspace, a reminder that her treatments are more than just about helping herself, but she is still afraid that neuropathy might get ahead of her. And that's Finka. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. So like always, stay healthy, stay sexy, and I'll see you guys in my next video.